Okay, again, the nonprofit organization is called Dedicated Active Dads, and basically is bringing dads together who are active in their children's lives. And basically, we are trying to find guys who are having this hard time getting acclimated of parenthood or getting in touch with the kids or being active in their children's lives. So basically, our group would basically mentor the guys who are struggling for as in with support group as well. We have counselors in case they need some kind of type of therapy. We have parenting classes in case they do not know how to do the parenting thing. Also, I reached out to schools and daycares to see if we can come into the school and basically work with the children according to the the age of the man's children. Like if a man has a 4-year-old child but has no relationship with the child, we'll go into the daycare or to the school where he can work with these children of the same age, so he has some type of nurturing or some type of experience of working with a child of that age. So therefore, when he have more contact with his own child, it be kind of natural for him. And so basically, that's what the organization does. Because I believe the fact that once we bridge the gap between the father and the child, it will stop a lot of the unnecessary violence that's going on in school, the disrespect that's going on in school, the academic level will grow up, psychologically, behavior wise will go up. Also, it will provide a compass for the men who are trying to be dads, active dads in their kids' lives, to be more aware how they act in public as well around the child. Therefore, they are more up, upstanding citizens for the society as well as the child. So basically, once the men are involved with the kids' lives, everything else will come second nature. Um, I also believe the fact that with this organization, men relationship between the mom as well as the dad to have a proper um, parenting level to help the child grow up in more of a healthier, more healthier environment because both parents will be on the same page of how to raise a child. So that's how we're going to start off the organization. Like I said, I started last month, and I'm still getting some verbiage together for as in my flyers and also business cards and stuff like that. But so far so good. It's going pretty good for us in the progress I'm making. I have my first meeting on the 2nd of October, which I bring some guys into my home. We'll talk about parenting, how it is to be a positive dad, and what we can do to learn from each other, and also introduce the organization to them and see how they can help with the organization to grow and build.
Oh, that sounds really good. That sounds awesome. And it sounds like a lot of work, but it sounds like it's that's needed.
It is,
Um,
I believe.
so okay, so what does that process look like? So, I mean, anybody can come to you and say that they're a good father, right? So, I mean,
Right.
how do you weed those type of individuals out? What does that look like?
So what happened was anybody who comes in first, when I have a background check, that's point blank because I have to know what kind of person we're dealing with. They have a violent past, any kind of molestation going on, any kind of criminal background that has them prevent them from being with their children or have a relationship with their mom, anything like that. That's first of all. Second of all, anybody who walks to the door, I have to let them know we will be contacting the mom of the child to see how accurate are their words according to why they try to get an organization, if they really active with their kids' lives and stuff like that. So it's not just taking their word. I have to do some kind of background check on them, not just through the state, but also with character as well. So that's how the
Oh,
process will go.
that's good. Character is a big thing. So that's really good. That's really
Right.
good. And I look forward to continuing to see how your organization is growing. So I want to talk to you not only as a businessman, as a professional, but I also want to talk to you as a single dad, right?
Okay. Okay.
So just being a single dad, what are some of your challenges that you face?
Honestly, my challenge as a single dad is, dads, we are more of the the rougher part of the child's development. And so I think my problem is for is in the nurturing part. Like if one of my children fall down or whatever, hurt their nails, like, get on record. This is yeah, I burst it out. I mean, I need to be more come here, let me hold you, let me console you and stuff like that. So I think that's one of the major things I'm kind of lacking in, but I do know I love them. But it's just fact it's a rough kind of love, I guess. Um also I think this me find the time to actually put aside for as with my business and life and stuff just to get home in on them like, hey, okay, it's your turn. I gotta make sure you do this, make sure you have this together, have this together. I mean, it's good that I'm a provider and everything, but it's also the best thing is to spend time with my children. And sometimes outside life can throw me off gear for as in um, not want to work so much, but also provide the equal balance of spending time with my children, for as in watch the TV with them all the time or just hang out with them one on one. So I think that's one of the problems being a single dad because the fact that I'm trying to get everything together on one end and sometimes I lack on the other end sometimes. So I think
Okay.
that's the major things.
I think that's pretty good that you know that you know when you say tough or rough, it's just, you have that like it sounds like you have that like tough love.
Right.
And but I think as long as there's a balance, it's okay.
Mm,
I believe that you're doing a good job of all, spending time with your kids when you can, letting them know that you love them. And sometimes I think with the world being the way it is, sometimes I believe that tough love, it really helps because it allows a child to know like the world is not gonna just give you anything for free. You understand
true.
what I'm saying? And when they
That's
tell
true.
you no or when they're hard out here in these streets, they have to have tough skin. They can't just fold up.
That's true. That's
I think
definitely
that
true.
that's a good thing. You acknowledging that and knowing that, that there has to be a balance there. So, as a single father, do you think that the resources for single fathers are harder to find, or do you think they are out there?
I think it's kind of harder to find because honestly, I think the world is more geared around moms. It even goes to the fact that simple of like the holiday of Mother's Day, Father's Day. So Mother's Day, they put an advertisement 3 months in advance. You get this for your mom, get this for your
Okay.
mom. But Father's Day, you get like a day and a day before. Okay, we got your socks and your ties and stuff like that. I mean, this is just a simple thing, the fact that the society is not allowing the child to say, okay, well, my dad, he is worth more than socks, ties, and stuff like that. But when it comes to mom, okay, yeah, mom. But the thing is, if a dad is the person who basically help produce the child, I mean, and especially if they're active in their kid's life, is just the fact that I think society still recognize that. Cause right now they ball both together, active dads and non-active dads together. And so when they do that, there's no room to grow for as in resources. You know,
Mm.
that moms they can go to, get on go to human the one to get
Government
food stamps,
assistance.
the government assistance and stuff like
Hmm.
that versus dads. I mean, they said, well, we have to have the mom to do this. We have to have the mom in order to go do this. Where's the mom? Where's the mom? Also, like when the court system, no matter how bad a mom may be, except it's like drug addiction, something like that, but no matter how it goes, the mom would get custody of the child, no matter if the dad is in his life or not. We can
Mm.
go to court and say, hey, well, the mom, she's been neglectful in this area. She's not doing this. She's not doing that. Well, we can go ahead and let them stay with the mom because, in fact, she's the mom, but the dad has to say so as well. So I don't think there's a lot of sources for the men. It's geared for the women. So yeah,
Okay.
that's my thought on that.
Yeah, I think with society, I do agree with some of what you said.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think the mindset is a man is supposed to be a man is supposed to make it happen, a man is supposed to be the provider. He's supposed to
Right.
figure out a way to make it work, right? And
Right.
I think that's kind of the way the mentality of society is. However, just like a single mom, men can fall on hard times too, right?
Right.
So yeah, it's unfortunate that the government is so broken the way that it is, because I've
Mm-hmm.
said for the longest time, it may look like women don't struggle, but I can actually speak for myself as a single mom, um, a single working mom at that, not having to um really ever had to use government assistance. And then when I did, when I was putting myself through grad school, because I made it just a little bit over what the poverty guideline was, I was denied assistance and I had a
Right.
daughter. And
Right.
that put us in a challenging, a difficult situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's backwards, because those that just need a little bit of help, we're not asking for a handout. We just need a little bit of help, right? They
I
turn
agree.
us away. But then you have the ones that don't want to work,
Mm-hmm.
just want to live off the system. They get
Mm-hmm.
housing, they get
Right.
the food stamps, they get all of the
Right.
assistance.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that's backwards. And I think that's just the government trying to enslave people. I feel like it's a business. And I'm not going to get into that, but I feel like it's a business to keep people needing the government because that's how they make money, right?
I get you. I
So,
get you.
because like, why, if the government's supposed to be for the people, look out for the people, why wouldn't you want people to be out of poverty? You understand what I'm
True.
saying? Why wouldn't
I
you hold
definitely
them
agree.
to a standard to work
Right.
and say, okay, I see you helping yourself, so we'll help you.
I agree.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. Even when the pandemic happened, stuff like that, I understand that people lost their jobs and stuff like that. But once the government started giving out these checks and stuff like that, people just got lazy. I
Yeah.
mean, be a parent, double home, single home, whatever, it doesn't matter. But they decide not to work, so now they living off the government because they get free checks. But those who
Hmm.
are trying to work and things of that nature, okay, you got this, you can't get this money because you're working. That doesn't make sense, especially if you're a single mom or a single dad. The fact that we trying to do something with our lives or whatever. And like you
Hmm.
said, it's backwards. It is totally backwards. I don't. It's like rewarding bad behavior. That's what I say.
Right.
It's like rewarding bad
Right.
behavior.
Absolutely. And so why would the behavior change if you're rewarding it, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about, like, what do you do for self-care? Do you ever find your find time as a single dad to like do for yourself, or what does that look like
Um,
for you?
I do. Being the fact that me and my ex-wife we alternate weeks, and so the week that she have the children, of course, that's time to myself to do what I need to do. For as and I go to the gym often. I go out sometime, but I think that that week that I have without the children, I think that's the time of self-care. Just time to myself to regroup and then get ready for them for the following week.
Okay. Okay. So, and I'm bringing this up only because you mentioned it during your introduction. You said that you were recently divorced, right?
Correct.
Okay. So I know that there came a time where you guys had to talk to the children about that,
Mhm.
right? Why you guys
Right.
were divorcing.
Right.
So how did that, do you think that that affected the kids? Or do you guys think that there's a healthy balance there now to where they're okay? How did that look like for the children?
Well, my son he had it hard because his teacher called me one day or called Nisha saying that he was crying in class because he understand what was going on with her and I. And
Mm-hmm.
so Anisha and I we went to him, we took him out or whatever, and we explained what's going on. The main thing we was trying to put across the fact that no, we do not live in the same house. No, we not won't be not married, but the fact that her and I we love each other in a different way, but not to stay married. But the main thing, we love you. That's the whole point. We love you. And being the
Mm-hmm.
fact that we might be in different houses, where it's like fighting for you for, she wants your love, I want your love. That's why we go to different houses, because we want love for you and Ava, of course.
Mhm.
um Ava, on the other hand, she really didn't have it too hard that I know of. I know she used to try to be messy, as I say. She was like, "Hey, mama, get on the phone." We FaceTime, "Mom, get on the phone." And she said, "My mama, like, say I." And so my ex-wife said, "I." And then Ava said, "Love you." She said that she had put the phone down. I said, "That girl's so messy." So it seemed like she was trying to do the hook the
Yeah.
mom and
Yeah.
dad back up kind of thing or whatever on the sly.
Hmm.
Um, but being the fact that since everything's been going on for us in the time span, I think they are acclimated to the process of us not being in the same household, because of the fact that we try not to veer off of the rules of, if they're on punishment at our house or whatever for a certain kind of reason, I try to do it at my house and vice versa. So it's not like a big flip, like everything like, okay, I can do this at my mom's house, but I can get away with this. It's nothing like that. We still kind of communicate on what's best for the child sometimes.
And
So
what? Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
go ahead. That's it. Go ahead.
So and not trying to get too deep into, your past relationship, just kind of wanted to know, what are you able to co-parent in a healthy way, or are you still working out kinks? And I asked that because we have a lot of single parents, right? And we have
Mm-hmm.
single parents that's single parents for different reasons, whether it be the spouse passed away, whether it be divorce, separation, whether it be because the man or woman just don't want to be present, they're just absent
Right.
parents.
Right.
So, some people find it pretty easy to co-parent, and some people find it challenging because it takes two people, right? It takes two
Okay.
people to make a relationship work.
Right.
So now that you guys are no longer together, what does that look like? Is it pretty healthy, or are you guys still kind of working out the kinks?
Well, when it comes to the children, there's not really any kinks, because of the fact that, for instance, if I tell her I'm gonna come get the kids or whatever, she don't tell them that, because just say something happen. Vice versa, if I have the kids, she said I'm about to come get them, she'll tell me and not them, so they won't have any kind of confusion. Most of the time, if we have some kind of hiccup, it's because the adults have hookups. It has nothing to do with the children, and they don't see that because of the
Okay.
fact that we don't put them in the middle of anything. And so if there's some kind of discrepancy, the adults talk about it, but it's kind of healthy, unhealthy. But the thing is, it doesn't affect the kids because they don't see anything.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. So we know that it takes a village to raise kids, right?
sure, sure.
It takes a village. So what does your support system look like? Do you have one, and if so, what does it look like?
It looks pretty good on my end. It looks pretty good on my end. So my parents, they a lifesaver. Even with my oldest daughter, when I had her, man, her mom wasn't together, um, but she stayed with me a lot, my daughter. So my mom and my dad stepped up, and it was really me and them and raising up Alexis, my oldest daughter. And so, same with my two youngest, they step up, great grandparents. If I need them to watch them for, as in to do my business or work overtime or anything like that, they're more than happy to step up. They come to all the birthday parties. I got a good support system. My oldest daughter, now that she's here, she supports when I need to go do something, work overtime, whatever. She'll watch the kids as well. I may have to pay her, but still, she does watch them. Uh, I have a pretty good support system. I mean, I try not to use people as much. I try not to use if I don't have to. But if I
Right.
have to, yes, I have backup if I need it.
Right. Okay. Okay. All right. And how old is your oldest daughter?
She's 21. She'll be 22 in November 23rd.
Okay, awesome. All right. So just want to get back to just how you feel, how you feel as a single parent as well. Like, do you ever have those times where you feel like what you're doing is just not enough?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I always feel that way. I mean, you always want the best for your children and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was discussing with a young lady the other day for as in we wish that we can do more for our children. Like we always seem like we lacking in some type of area. But to our children, we like the hero. They not lacking anything. They look at us like, okay, well, I got a roof over my head. My mom and my dad, whatever, they spend time with me. We got clothes. I mean, they see us, they see that area. But in
Mm-hmm.
hindsight, as adults, we always like, dang, I could do more. He's make more money, or I could spend more time, or I could take him out to do this or whatever. We always have some kind of doubt at some point, and I still had that sometimes because my finance not where I want to be. But the thing is, I don't let them see the frustration part. But we still go to like the $5 movie, or we might go hiking up Pinnacle Mountain. We still do quality time, so they don't see that. But on my end, I'm like, dang, I wish I could do more. But I can only do what I can do at this time. But it's not saying I'm gonna stay here. But there's always gonna be some type of doubt.
Right. And this brings me to my next question because you said frustration.
Hmm.
And I find myself even as a single parent, a lot of times I get frustrated because I do want to do more. And sometimes I feel like I need help and it's not there, right?
Right,
So
right.
how do you handle the pain and frustration of the thing, of being and I don't even know if I wouldn't even say your situation is different from mine. So I don't know if to say
Right.
pain, but how do you handle like the frustrations that you have in being a single parent? Do you ever wish that you did have a significant other to help to be a help me, or are you okay being a single parent? Like what what does that look like?
Um, with me, I'm okay being a single dad. Even though I say I'm rough around the edges or whatever, I still, you know, they know I care and love them or whatever by the way I do treat them. I do play with them all the time. Like before they go to bed, I pray over them. Before we leave the house, we circle up, we pray and stuff like that. They know um, that I am there for always. It would be better if I had a partner because of the fact that, like I said, financial wise, I mean, two incomes better than one. Of course, everybody knows that. But other than that, I mean, I think I'm good for as in if I stay single a little bit longer. I mean, I'm fine with it. But I think what gets me when I get through my frustration, which is like financial, whatever, financial wise, it's mostly dealing with child support because I went to court, child support, raised and all that stuff. But I think why I know what gets me through is the fact that knowing that my children see me in their lives or whatever, that's what comes to storm to me. Because people I can get wrapped up or people get wrapped up money, 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 money and start neglect or have ill feelings toward either the mom or sometimes toward the kids because of the fact that I won't be paying it if I have no kids, anything like that. But the thing is, it frustrated me like when I first got the news of child support or the increase of child support. Yes, it did frustrate me. I was upset and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But just to see my being able to see my children and the fact that they know I'm in their lives and stuff like that, I think that's where it comes to storm a lot.
Oh,
So
okay. So I heard you say something. I'm gonna put you on blast in front of the people because you're gonna have to
okay,
explain yourself, sir. You
okay,
said
uh-huh,
yes, you good with being a single dad, right? And
uh-huh.
it's good to have a help me for because two incomes are better than one, sir.
Right, right,
Explain
right.
yourself. So are you just come on now?
Well,
Explain yourself.
I'm not. I said, I'm fine being single. Because I'm very independent. I mean, I cook, clean. I know how to sew. I know how to do all that stuff. But honestly, being the fact that, like I said, certain things are coming out of my check or whatever. Yes, so I'm not able to do as much as I want to with the children and stuff like that because I have other priorities. But the thing is, if I had a helpmate, yes, it would lighten the burden of financial wise and stuff like that. And I'm not dependent on it. Like, okay, you got money, come on in. I ain't saying that. I don't care the fact that if this
Ooh, clean
person
that up,
is,
sir. Clean that
I,
up.
I am. I'm not saying that. But if a person say, I don't care if a person say working at Walmart, they got dog, and we see come in my life, that's extra income anyway. I still want love. I do want that. I
Okay.
want the for our best
Thank
person. I want the
you.
best.
That's
I want
okay.
the best person that my for my children as well. I mean, that's foremost. My children, that's the main thing. Safety for my children, and then love and everything. Yeah, but I'm saying there are benefits of having a helpmate. And what I'm lacking in and my singleness is the fact that the income part. So yes, there will be a benefit if I have a significant other besides the love and all that stuff for my with my children because they have love and stuff for me. So my thing is the finance. That's all. No, I ain't no gold digger. I ain't nothing like that. Nothing like that.
Nothing
I'm
like
just
that,
saying.
nothing like that. Okay, all
Nah,
right. Because
nah,
I'm gonna let the
nah.
people get it now. I don't want the people coming for you in the
Oh, that
comments when I post the video now.
Oh, that's fine. Let's let them come. I
That
don't mind explaining. My
okay.
number is 50155. No,
Don't do it.
I
Don't
ain't
do
gonna
it.
do it. I ain't
Don't
gonna
do
do
it.
it.
Okay, so you said a lot. Um, we have about 10 minutes and we're gonna wrap this on up. So you said a lot, but one thing that you said was you was talking about the child support. What do you say to the people, to the single parents out here who have the other parent out here not doing what they supposed to do, not being held accountable, won't do it. Won't do it. You can't. What do you say to the people? What do you say to the single parents who holding on with everything they got?
Mm-hmm. Um, I believe in child support. I mean, even with this organization, I'm not. It's not a organization. It's not like a female bashing thing or down with women or down with child support. I believe in child support, especially those who are not acting on their kids' life.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. Um, Yeah, I'd say if they not active, put them on child support. Put them on child support. I believe in that. I really
Okay,
do.
so if you put them on child support, right,
Hmm.
and the system
Hmm.
is not holding them accountable and they only paying $10, $15, let me give you a perfect example. So
Okay,
what
give it to
about
me.
if a person is on child support and they have their own business, right? And so in
Hmm.
your business you can manipulate numbers and all of this extra stuff,
That's
right?
true.
What
That's
about
true.
those people who are not being man or woman enough to report the real numbers and to say what the real business is, and they doing stuff under the table and doing stuff in other people's names, and you know how you do
Hmm.
it. You
Hmm.
know how people do it. What
Right.
about those folks? And then so the primary parent that's really taking care of the child, they only get what, $30, $40 a
Hmm.
week, less than $200 a month, less than $150 a month. What do you say to those people?
Well, with that situation, that's tough. That is tough. My only advice with that is to try to get legal representation, at least ask them for as in what can be done in that process. What action could be taken if they hide money or whatever. They might have a solution like that. Well, they I can refer you to this person where they actually audit this. I mean, on that part, I have no idea. On that part, only thing I can say is get a legal representation and see what their opinion is on that. I mean, there are some people who do that. I mean, it's jacked
Mhm.
up they try to hide money because it's not to pay child support, and then they're not doing any kind of emotional support either. That's tough. I know I'm
Yeah,
saying that can be tough
yeah,
on a single person.
yeah, it can be. So I just wanted to tell you thank you, Alton, for coming on today. I
You're
really
more than welcome.
enjoy, just being able to do this recording with you. You shed a lot of light, and I think a lot of single parents, watching that will watch this will really be encouraged with some of the things that you said. But before I end this live, can you tell the people how to contact you? Give them your information, your social media handles and things like that.
Okay. At this time, you can contact me by number. Can I put my number? Can I get my number? Can I
Your
do my
work
number?
number?
Yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. No, this is my number. I mean, that's my cell phone. That's how I do my business. If not,
Just
I can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
okay, fine. So
don't
here
give
we go.
out your
Okay,
cell
here we
phone
go.
number, sir.
Okay. Okay. You can contact me at acphillips79 at yahoo.com, or you can inbox me at Alton Phillips. That's on Facebook. Right now that's it. I'm still working on my email for my nonprofit organization. So that's the best one. acphillips79 at yahoo.com.
All right. Do you have a Facebook page right now until you get your nonprofit page that they can check you
Well,
out on?
I have my private one, but I don't have
Oh,
like
okay.
a business one. Yeah, I'm still in working process.
Okay.
The one
Sound
step at a time.
Oh yeah, you getting it done. I mean, do great things in the community, and I understand you got a lot on your plate, and I know you're gonna get it taken care of because that's just the kind of person you are. So I
Thank you,
appreciate
thank
you
you.
coming on today. Thank you so much, and make sure you keep in contact, sir.
Oh, sure. Thank you, Trace.
All right,
All right.
bye.
All right.